Guys, we're about to do the best race ever.
We need to move over because we're actually on the pavement.
Oh.
Are you guys on the pavement?
That means you two are cheating in a way.
In a way.
Is that what you're gonna blame it on, yeah? Is that your excuse if you lose, yeah?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Wait. Let's go. We're gonna go back.
I'm Navid. Yeah.
No, Marco.
Hey bro, I've got one of my clients here with me today to share his experience with you. We have Mr. Marco,
Hiya. How's it, everybody?
or should I say Captain Marco. We're actually on a boat and yeah, we're just enjoying this beautiful weather in London. It's in October and you know the sun is a rare sight, so we're just out here enjoying it. And Marco actually just did an amazing interaction with these Italian girls. And it was funny because they were speaking Italian and Marco, he speaks Italian as well, so he went in there, dropped the Italian, and the rest is history. So
More or less. It's just the beginning of the history itself. We'll see in the future.
it's the beginning. Today we wanted to kind of share Marco's experience with you, just to give you an insight of what is possible when it comes to self-development and dating. So first what we'll start with is Marco, if you give a brief background on where you were before and basically why you decided to start this self-development process.
So, I started first with not really being fully sure about myself, how to really interact with women in general, but also quite fearful in saying that I couldn't really say how to do it. I had a full-blown mentality of not really wanting to approach because I was afraid of doing something wrong, and I felt like everything that I was doing was wrong, or even anything that I wasn't doing was also wrong. And I knew that it wasn't true. I knew that that's not how life works really, and I needed to break off from this toxic mentality that I had and really look for another solution. And I ended up then finding Nav, meeting with him through one of the courses, and we did two sessions. One was the day game, one was the night game, and both were exceptional. Honestly, at first the day game, I wasn't fully open.
Let's turn that way.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Sunlight would be better for the
Yeah, definitely. Weather today.
phone doesn't drop in the water.
No, it won't drop. I got the steering wheel. I'm in full control. You just make sure you get the good shot. Absolutely beautiful weather today, and it's really rare. Full of beautiful people outside, and full of absolute opportunities to just go and meet somebody new. And that's honestly the thing. Beforehand, I just wasn't able to see it at all. I was just completely frozen, fully. That I just didn't know how to do anything. Basically, in terms of being able to approach a woman, being able to talk, knowing what to do, what to say, and that was beforehand. After done the course, now all those fears are basically washed away. Pun unintended, where we are right now. But even now, the interaction that I had with these three Italian girls, it was just effortless because they were just talking in Italian, and I just chimed in. Beforehand, before the course, I could have, but I was just always afraid that was going to be the wrong thing to do.
And I'm sure a lot of the guys resonate with that, because we were all in the same place. It was like, we couldn't strike up a conversation. We would freeze. We had that anxiety. So share your kind of experience from the training. Like what happened when we did the training together, and also with the other coaches as well.
So with you in particular, we started with the day game, and it was just simply being brave enough to go and talk to people, to put it simply. It was really just to start to ask for suggestions, directions, or even potentially like where we were, which was in what's it called? Not a supermarket, the mall, yes, the mall, where we were at the mall, just going up to girls and just starting to ask them like where, what they were doing out of the day, if they were having a nice day, and asking for any suggestions, directions, like go inside one of the venues, and just going for asking for an opinion, really. So because of that, before I thought this was wrong. This was absolutely not the right thing to do, because you don't want to bother somebody. But it's a completely wrong type of mindset, because once I actually did it, I could see they actually enjoyed the interaction. They didn't mind talking to a stranger, and they also, some of them were, I probably would have been able to get an instant date or be able to even get a number or such, but it was still, I could see, still green. I still am green, but I'm always improving now a lot more. The thing is, before I was absolutely frozen, just not sure how to do it. Now, after with Nav, not only with that was with the day game, with the night game, we went to one of the nice bars around Chelsea, and the people there were, you could tell, of a higher pedigree, I guess you could say. And even there, somebody else would definitely freeze up a lot more, because you see all these beautiful women. You could definitely tell they were of a higher quality, and anybody else would have completely frozen up. With Nav, we just went in and started with the first interaction with one of the girls, with two girls actually.
Oh, yeah.
And we.
Oh, that was in Chelsea, wasn't
yes,
it?
it was in Chelsea. Yeah, with the two Thai girls that were.
Oh yeah.
Teen girls.
Oh yeah, that was such a good approach, because what happened there was we were sitting down. I remember we saw these two attractive girls sitting down, and then I said, "Oh, let's go." Two people got up.
Yes.
And there was a space next to the table, and I said, "Oh, let's go sit there and approach, start a conversation with the girls right next to us."
Yeah.
We chatted for them a little bit for a minute, and I think one of them weren't into it as much. So anyway, yeah, we were talking to them for a couple of minutes, and I think that was was that the first approach of the
That was the first approach
in the bar?
Yes.
Yeah, and I saw these two girls, very attractive.
Yeah.
I actually checked us out, because what's funny is when you start to talk to other girls, other people in general, in a bar, girls will check you out because you're that social person in the room, and that's what girls are attracted to. Essentially, is that guy who's social, not the guy that's sitting in the corner by himself on his phone. It's the guy that's talking to everyone, right? And they checked us out, and I said, because one of them wasn't into it as much, I said, let's go and approach them. So we got the bill, went up to them, and they were super, super receptive. Actually, let's tell the guys about the opener, because I think we were going to open with, is this the best bar around here, or is this the best bar to find a wife in, or something?
Yes, that was the one, yeah.
And then as we were going to approach them, they were checking out a guy on Instagram or whatever. It was like a photo.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, he's handsome." And then I went in and said, "Yeah, he's super handsome." And then it just opened like a piece of cake.
Yeah. And you could tell they were quite embarrassed by being caught actually checking out other guys and being there for that reason, checking out nice looking guys. And we were actually the solution for them really in that moment, being two nice, fun guys who actually saw an opportunity and were very playful, really having a nice chat. We were there for like, easily half an hour with them, I think. Yeah, if not more, really just.
I think more.
Yeah, it was honestly, and I was really, in one moment I was absolutely surprised myself that we were able to go on for the conversation for so long. But then I realized this is absolutely fine, this is normal, and this is fun. That's the thing, it has to be fun for you, and you also don't have to say, okay, this isn't the right way. It is the right way, and you just need to go and do it, and say in your mind, really, fuck it, and go. Absolutely, because otherwise you're just gonna stay home watching videos and thinking, and just not really going forward and trying with new people, being social. and that's really the goal itself. It's not only the fact with being playful and fun with dating and with girls and whatnot. It's also you're much more of a social person afterwards. It wasn't just only with the girls and everybody else in the bar was checking us out, but we definitely could even have gone to any other group, and because we were already having fun with other people, we would have been even more taken into other groups. And that's all takes
one thing I was going to add there is, as I mentioned, that there was girls checking us out, you know, when we were talking to the girls sitting down. What happened was, as we were talking to the girls from Thailand, there were two girls right next to us on the right. They were checking us out like crazy. We could have actually stopped to talk to them and then went to talk to those ones, or even merged the interaction. Obviously, that was I think it was one of your first sessions in a bar, so we wanted to keep it easy. You know, we didn't want to start doing a handstand while chatting to girls and stuff.
Going expert level.
But that's the thing, man. When you approach girls, and obviously in a bar, girls are not really going to be like blowing you out and stuff. It can happen. But we selected a really good bar, which only allows high value people in there. So that means you got to dress well, you got to look the part. And once you do that, you're already pre-selected to be high value. So the girls are going to be open to having a conversation with you.
Exactly.
So that's actually one tip for you guys is, if you go to a bar, don't go to the shittest bar in your city. Go to the top ones, right? Yeah, you're going to have to spend a little bit more money, but
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely worth it. And it's not only that thing there, it's also the type of people then when you associate yourself with, because if you're able then to meet not only women there at the bar itself, but even people in general, and you associate with the right type of mindset, it's going to be open-minded. It's going to say, okay, let's go and have fun, let's go and do it, let's be more active and not just be fearful of any interaction with other people. You're going to be a much more happier person. You're going to be able to go outside in life and have a smile even when it's gray outside. You're going to have the courage to you're going to have the courage to meet new people, and also not listen to other people who have a negative mindset or a negative experiences to such a degree that they then tell you only, put you down as well and make you uncertain. Because that's also what was the thing with me. In the past, I only had people who were either naturally good at being able to pick up women or being assertive and open-minded, and even I guess I could call myself that I was basically the guy that was in the friend zone with quite a few women, and with those women always talking to them, listening to them, they created this kind of mentality that anything you say, anything you don't say, it was always going to be wrong. But also that even just going and approaching women in general is wrong, in a sense that you're always going to be looked at as a bad guy. You're always going to be in the wrong in any kind of situation itself. And that kind of the mindset really seeps inside of you, inside of your core, and it just blocks you on everything in life. And it wasn't just with women in general that I just was afraid of even going up to somebody. Now, thankfully, after the course, no problem whatsoever. But I was also holding myself back in going and doing enjoying new experiences. Now I'm saying, you know what? I have to use weekends not just to stay home and rest, but to go out and have fun, make new experiences. I'm now even considering to join some new classes in some hobbies that I really want to start. I even was thinking so much I want to try and do archery. I'm going to go and do it. I'm going to plan for it. I've already made plans for a couple of holidays just out like that. Before I was just thinking, not really being sure, should I do it, should I not do it? Now it's just go, let's go and do it and have fun with it.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and what you just said there is a reflection of the person that you've become now, because now you're a new person, right? You want to improve yourself. You're looking for ways to develop yourself and try new things, because with the training that you did, that was a big decision to try something new. that you probably didn't know what you were gonna get from it,
Yeah.
right? And then you realize, okay, every time you make a decision to improve yourself, it always goes on. That's experience actually I've had. Every time I make a decision to get coaching or to do a class like an improv or improv comedy or public speaking or anything. I've done voice training before, charisma training. Every time I made a decision to do it, I was a little bit unsure. I was like, oh, is this really gonna help me? Did it? I was like, fuck, I can't believe I didn't do it earlier. That's always my thought. Is that something you experienced as well?
Absolutely the same, feel the same way. Beforehand I was feeling, oh, even doing the course itself, is it worth it? It's a lot of money. Finding only excuses just to say maybe it's not the right thing to do. But then something snapped inside my head that said, if by doing nothing, I'm gonna get nothing. If I do something, there is going to be a result, and that result can be a positive or can be a negative, but it's going to be a result, and I'm going to learn from that experience itself.
So yeah, talk about the training and what you thought, the coaches, what it helped you really overcome, the sticking points. I know obviously anxiety, now you have less anxiety to approach and stuff, but yeah, if you go into a little bit more detail for the guys, that would be perfect.
So when I started with the course, it was
Nice.
oh yeah, very nice now. Perfect, picturesque, really. When I started with the course, what was nice with it isn't that you were just having only one coach. You have several coaches. If I remember correctly, it was 7 or 8 coaches in total.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own different method, you included as well. But that's the good thing, because you have everybody's with a different perspective, a different way of doing things. And that's the great thing about it, because everybody, then you can take a little bit from everybody, you use it as a foundation, but you don't copy paste it. You honestly learn from a little bit from everybody. You use it as a foundation, and then you build upon it, and then you make it your own. You learn how to go about with the world, how to interact with women, but by putting your own flair into it. You get the tools, you get the basics, and then you just go with your own personality and your own type of flavor, if you will. And that's honestly what was the real biggest result itself, because it's not just going about, oh yeah, we're going to hand you a script like in The Wolf of Wall Street, and you're going to repeat that script and you're going to become a millionaire. No, you get a foundation, and then you go being yourself, and you're honest through itself. And because of that, then people are actually going to notice you. You're going to be far more secure with yourself. You're going to feel like you're being honest with not only yourself but with others, and that interaction is going to be that actually type of mentality is the right one, which then helps you to get dates, to meet up with new people, be brave to go and talk to women in general, because you're really saying, yeah, this is who I am, this is the type of person I am. All the coaches help me to figure out, okay, this is how you start, and then you go by yourself. You're not having your hand held through the whole experience itself. It's just you get the training wheels, and then the training wheels are off, and you go by yourself. And especially with yourself, with Nav, that's where I got one of the most biggest effects, really, because it wasn't just showing how you do it yourself in particular, but you also told me how to go about it, and just push me for it. You gave me that push, and that really was the thing that I really needed, because I already had everything inside of me. I only needed to have that real push, the right type of charisma, the right type of mentality that you have as well, and just then be brave and go. And that honestly, both interaction, both in the day game, both in the night game with yourself, really opened up everything. And it just said, it's okay, it's good, and there's nothing to be fearful for, and go. even now, this is the first time on a pedal boat, and there we go. This is already a good experience in itself.
baby.
We are, and the course in itself isn't only about being assertive, being able to open up with women. It's also being open up with yourself and trying new things. Even something as simple as this, it just makes the day nicer, and it's gonna make a nice memory for yourself. And honestly, I'm really happy that I'm enjoying this moment with
Yeah.
you, Nav itself.
Oh.
Really,
That's exactly what I've experienced in the last 8 years of doing this self-development in dating and improving my dating life. It's just about the experiences. You know, obviously the results with women are incredible. You know, that's part of the experience. But it's just been meeting cool guys just like yourself. You know, high value guys that understand the philosophy of improving themselves, the philosophy of giving value to people, you know. And that's essentially what you were saying before we started this video. You're like, this is about being social, making other people feel good, and that's what it is. Like, from all the sessions I've done, we've made so many of people's days a better day. You know, like for example, the Thai girls we spoke to, before we approached them, they didn't look like they were really having that much fun.
exactly.
And when we actually struck up a conversation and started joking around and stuff, their day just became much more interesting. And it would be the same for me. You know, if I was sitting down somewhere with a friend and we were, whatever, just having a normal conversation, and two people came and approached us and we started joking around, you know, and they were high value people, my day would obviously become much more better, because that's what humans are. We're social creatures. So when we interact with other people, we start to feel better, right? Because it's just something, it's like eating food, right?
Exactly.
You need to be social to have a happy life. And that's one of the problems nowadays with all the online, you know, dating, the whole social media. You don't have to, like, you know, for example, with the food deliveries, online food deliveries.
Yes.
Now you don't even need to go to
Go out.
to order your food.
Exactly.
You could just be home all day, and people get more lazy and lazy, and you don't have social interactions. And then they got the people, they're shocked to realize that they're unhappy. They're like, oh, why am I unhappy? Well, because you're inside your house for 24 hours a day, and you're not going out there talking to people, because that's what we humans, we need that to become happy, right? Like, I'll give you an example. I was coaching a client, and he was extremely successful, a lot of money, he had it all. And he said, I'm not happy, because his dating life was complete in non-existence. And I was shocked. I was like, man, he had like a supercar, he had everything he needed, you know, to survive. But the replication part was non-existent. And that's the thing with humans. We need both survival and replication to become fulfilled and to become happy. He obviously had the survival part, you know, he had the food, shelter,
Exactly.
even much more than that, than he needed.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a beautiful woman, a beautiful girl next to him that he could share that experience with. Or he didn't have a lot of high value friends because of his social skills. Yeah, if that's not going to motivate you to go out there and to improve this part of your life, then I don't really know what is. And yeah, is there anything else you want to add before we wrap it up? Any tips you want to give to the guys?
Absolutely. One thing that I can say right away is dating apps don't work at all, and it's not only on a guy's perspective. I can also say from a woman's perspective, because since I know a lot of women, I got a lot of women friends, I hear all the time from them, oh, going on these dating apps is basically a waste of time, energy, and they honestly always go more with basically saying that they would prefer having an actual interaction with a guy outside instead of the dating apps, because it doesn't feel like natural. They don't really like about it, and most of them really hate it because they just get bombarded by so many messages, and they don't even really sure which one would be the right guy, or Mr. Right, I guess you could call it like that. And once you actually go out, you approach them in real life, you show that you are far more interesting than those apps themselves, and you show that you won't make an effort, they're gonna see complete different results, and they're gonna say, yeah, I like that guy because he actually showed that he was interested in me, that he was actually brave enough to go and interact with me, not just trying and wait and use these apps themselves. And especially in this city, in London, which got like over what 12 million people, it can really sometimes feel like the loneliest place on earth, because everybody's on their phone looking for this special somebody on their apps and thinking that they're gonna find it that way, and it's absolutely not true. Sure, it can happen to a small percentage, but that's such a small minority that it's just not really worth the waste of time. And honestly, doing a course such as this one with you is what really opens you up to saying, you know what, to hell with the dating apps, I'm going out and I'm gonna meet somebody in real life, and that's really gonna make my day.
Oh, that's such a good point, because to this day, and as I mentioned, I've been doing this for 8 years now, I've never heard anyone say to me, Nav, I'm just absolutely killing it on online dating. You know, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like, oh man, I've just got models, you know, I don't even have time. It's just models left and right.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. Even in some of the top cities
Yeah.
for beautiful women, like Moscow or whatever, in Eastern Europe, in South America. Like I had a client I was teaching in Las Vegas, and he was telling me he was doing Tinder in Colombia, and he actually got a girl that came up and stole his phone,
Yeah.
right?
I believe it, yeah.
I mean, obviously that's Colombia, so it's not a surprise there, but that's what's going to happen to you. Not only you're not going to meet the girl of your dreams, but you're probably going to get taken advantage of, scammed.
You're gonna get scammed.
I've heard so many scams happen in online dating,
Yeah.
and catfishing,
Oh
right?
my God, yes. It goes both
Waste-
ways, but
yeah.
mostly really, it can even have an effect on men in general
Yeah.
in terms of being catfished, and it just destroys you internally,
Yeah.
because then you feel like you're worthless. You're you just wasted a lot of time, energy, and effort,
Yeah,
and you're gonna feel like absolutely a waste of a person, because you just failed and failed and failed to such a constant degree, and you're gonna feel like you just want to shut everything down and just focus on what you're good at, which might be either a hobby or maybe just focus on your work life, and not even then try to go and interact with somebody, even not just women in general, but also just interact with somebody, because you're gonna be just completely shut by the bad experiences. And that's why honestly these dating apps, the social media in general really is toxic, absolutely. And that's why sometimes it's just best to shut out the phone, go out, have great interactions, great fun times with people like you, Nav, and learn how to really go out and about and live your life and live it in the best way. And this really right here is
And
one of the
enjoy
best
it,
way, and
as
enjoy
you're
it
doing today, right?
exactly.
And that's what life is. It's about enjoying and experiences, you know?
Exactly.
Whenever I've read a book, you know, from all the most successful people in the world, they're never like, oh, this was the moment when I was like, wow, this is our, you know, it was this specific result I got that really helped me become happy. It was more like, oh, it was the experience. I got this experience, and that's what made me feel like, oh, I'm a success. It was about the experience. It wasn't about, oh, you know, this girl that I slept with, or this amount of money I made, or anything like that.
Exactly.
You know, that's a really good point. Yeah. So we can wrap up the video now.
Yeah, we can go and torpedo those two girls
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. Let's speak to those two girls that are there, and then we can
And
finish
then,
it off.
Yeah, call it a day for today, and see
Yeah.
you for next time.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because if I just wanna say
Yeah,
something real
of
quick. One thing is, thanks that I'm in London, I'm definitely gonna come by here and work with Nav a lot more times and have more fun with it.
Is this the best place to take an Instagram picture? No? You like the beach? Alright. Alright, cool.
All right, there we go.
Where's your accent from, by the way? Is it like Manchester or? Okay. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you don't have an accent.
No, I'm from South. I grew up in Southwest.
Southwest.
Dirty South. Yeah.
Oh.
I know the posh part, but I'm not posh.
Fair enough.
Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in South London.
Whereabouts?
You know Sutton?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There you
No,
go.
no, are you
Yay.
Well, that's
I grew up in Cheam.
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
now I live in Wimbledon.
Well, should we? Let's.
Oh yeah, let's
Well, let me.
yeah, let's
we'll
try.
come.
Hold my hand. There we go. Up. There we go. We're boarding. We got the boarding here. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
we
but-
gotta do a race.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's do it.
After you do a picture.
Yeah. Exactly.
You get a picture of us first.
Yeah.
Well, let's turn around.
Yeah. Let's maybe end the video first. Let's end the video first and then.
Trying to make out we're like really good drivers. Like we're like, right, let's do this. We don't know what we're doing.
No worries.
And then
Today's
you-
the time
and
to
then
get the
just fall in
driver's license.
water.
We're like, right, nothing's going on.
Let's race to that coffee shop there.
The island.
With the island.
Island. Okay.
That's all right. Let's do that. All right, we're about to start a race, guys. Let's go.
Come on.
Woo!
Somebody's gonna win today.
Somebody's gonna win. Oh shit, it's leaking.
Yeah, we're making that.
Guys, it's the Titanic.
We're good. We're going too fast. We're gonna sink the boat.
Oh shit.
We're actually taking in water.
Well, let me see if I can catch this on.
We're gonna catch you.
Oh. We're about 2 meters in behind. Marco, how do you feel about this race?
Amazing. That's a great workout today. We're gonna make. This is a great way to spend the Sunday. Working in my cars and having fun times. 2 amazing girls.
All right. See you guys on the other side. Signing out from Nav and Marco.
No, very good.
Marco's distracted. Marco, we're signing out from the video.
Alright. Have a great day, guys, and make sure to apply and see yourselves in one of the courses. We're now in a race. We're trying to win. See you guys.
Ciao.